is Reverend Don Lewis coming to you from beautiful Florida. And today our question comes to us from DragoKwan. And if you have been following the vlog for any length of time, you will know that DragoKwan has asked many questions over the years, and they're always very interesting. And DragoKwan's question today is this: when one is working with a spirit or deity, how much effort should you put into the relationship? How much should you study about the spirit or deity? And lastly, at what point should you stop and allow the spirit or deity to work with you on those things that you're asking for help with? And my answer to this is as follows. The first thing, in terms of how much effort you should put into the relationship, I think I would say, first and foremost, you put in as much effort as you want to get back from the relationship. And if you want to have a good, strong relationship, you put in a lot of effort. Daily offerings are a good idea, particularly at first. Daily meditation to commune with the spirit or deity. If you know how to receive messages directly, daily messaging sessions. If you can't do daily, perhaps every few days or once a week. Particularly once the relationship is strongly established. But you want to put as much effort into the relationship as you can, because that's the crux of the situation, the relationship you are building with the spirit or deity. Everything else is kind of irrelevant in terms of what you're going to get back from the relationship. If it's not a good relationship, you're not going to get much back. So the more effort you put into it, the better I would think it's going to be. And you want to be attentive to how the spirit or deity responds to you, to specific things it wants, to anything it asks for, etc. But generally, this will all come out easily during the building of the relationship. Now, how much studying should you do about the spirit or the deity? That's another question, because your relationship with that spirit or deity is your own, and may or may not be as other people have had relationships with that spirit or deity. Studying is only as good as the source, and it isn't always directly applicable to your situation. I would say you'd do better to learn about the spirit or deity through interaction. And yes, studying is always good. Certainly, it isn't going to hurt anything, but what you want to pay attention to is your relationship with the spirit or deity. And if you have watched the vlog for any length of time, you will know that my point of view is that spirits and deities are not static like us. They grow and evolve in terms of how they relate to people. And what was once true is not always true now. Base your interactions on the responses you're getting from the spirit or deity. I think that is the prudent course of action. Now, of course, it is good to study about them, but it's more important to interact with them, in my opinion. And the last question, when should you step back and allow them to work on whatever you may be asking them for? And I would say that really is something from the very beginning. You need to allow them also to work within the relationship. It's a two-way street. So it isn't that you exactly step back, but you must be open to the influence of the spirit or deity from the beginning. It's not something that comes later. It comes right at the start. It is a relationship. So you make your offering and you will receive things back. And you want to pay attention to what they are, again, to anything that is preferred or asked for. But in terms of working with the deity, you should be working with them from the start, in my personal opinion. So those would be my thoughts on the matter. I hope you find them helpful. And until next time, may you blessed be.
Chalice, the ritual cup used in Wiccan ritual, said to be cognate to the Holy Grail and magical cauldron of ancient mythology. The chalice represents the womb of the goddess, from which all creation proceeds.
Hi, my name is Lori Denman, and I'm the Dean of Students at witchschool.com. One of the things I love about our website is it can be automatically translated into hundreds of languages. So no matter where you are around the world, you can study witchcraft and pagan paths in your native language. We're in 112 countries. Check us out at witchschool.com.